Hello, everybody. Hello, my YouTube family. How are you guys doing? I am here in Ukraine, and as you guys know, but I actually wanted to record a video today, not about the travel so much, not about the apartments and things and good and bad what we have, but I want to record a video today about dealing with post-traumatic syndromes from your relationship, dealing with things where you feel pain, you feel stress. Hey Dave, what up? But when you feel stressed, when you just went through a dramatic relationship, it had a lot of things going on in there, and you feel pain and you feel disappointment, and you kind of lose faith. You do lose your faith in good relationships, in good people, in good women. Maybe you join MGTOW. Hey Simon, have a great have a great day too. Good day, yes. And so what do? Do you join MGTOW because you have a terrible relationship, maybe a painful divorce, maybe you were married to a narcissist, maybe you were married to some kind of psycho. How do you get yourself out of it? Do you go for the route which is negative, and you find people who are victims just like you? And I'm saying victims without the sarcasm, because the post-traumatic syndrome is pretty tough. It's very hard when you've been through the emotional roller coaster, and very few people really know or even understand what it is. Like, what do you do? Like, what is your way out of it? And I actually had a conversation last night. It's inspired by that. One of my subscribers and VIP members and traveler with us, we had a kind of a candid conversation in a way, sitting on the riverbank, looking out of the beautiful Dnipro River. And he mentioned something. He said that it was such a great insight. I totally appreciate that he shared that with me. He said he would watch my positive videos. They would go to watch some negative videos, positive, negative, and he kind of come into a conclusion that you cannot really heal yourself. You cannot really do a lot better if you keep watching the negative stuff. You cannot, because it drags you into more and more of negative things, and people in these communities will tell you more and more details about their bad situations. And don't get me wrong, sometimes we all need to rant. Sometimes we need to go to a therapist or write in our journal. It is one of those things where we are human being. We have to yes, we are human being. We have to let these things out, because when they are piled up in us, when these things are piled up when they get stuck in us, it's very hard to open to the world. It's very hard to, it's just you aren't happy. You have to let them go. But do you really need to join a community? Like, let's say a lady is out of the relationship, maybe it was a painful divorce. Should she really join the community of ranting women, of women that unhappy, never had a good relationship, and overall they are miserable? Or should she join women who either single or in a relationship, but they love men and they appreciate men, and first of all, they appreciate themselves, so they have good attitude about life? And when I was little, I did experience some negativity toward men, because a lot of women that were married, they were not that happy. And also, not only they were not that happy, but also, they just they felt they cannot change the situation, because divorces back then were a big deal. It's like a big stamp on you. And so the only way out of their marriage would be that they would allow themselves it's talk bad things about their husbands. And so I grew up in a society, or because it's true, a lot of like women were doing everything. They were basically like a slave in a way, or servant. But I grew up in that mentality that men are bad, and they all cheat, they all use women, they don't help. And I've always wanted to believe that my reality would be different. I always saw men as somebody who give me a shoulder, protect me, always gives me the best piece, always looking out for me, always protecting. And I do love men. Like my best friends are men. And I think it would be very hard for me to even lead this channel or have a good relationship with people if deep down I would hate men. And so same here for you guys. I know a lot of you were traumatized by the divorce. Maybe you got financial situation where you lost everything. In US it's quite common. Maybe whatever it was, it could be emotional thing, it could be the cheating issue. But here is the thing. You don't want that to ruin the rest of your life. You went through it, you've learned, you made your mistakes, but do you want to hold on to this and tell everybody you meet your story and your problems and your pain? Or do you want to get into this feeling, let yourself feel this, let yourself cry, let yourself be angry, let yourself, and just like let it all out, clean yourself up from all this negativity and move towards something that can make your life beautiful. Maybe it is not, maybe you're not a guy that want to be married. Maybe you need some time for yourself. Maybe you never were able to do the hobbies, or whatever fulfills your life. I'm not saying that you need a woman for, not everybody needs that. Some men are doing great, they feel happier. Sometimes you need several years to get over things so you can be able to give, because relationship is an exchange. And when you are drained from one relationship, it's going to be very hard on the other person. If you come drained and you're going to be see if they're similar to your ex, and you might even make them pay for your ex and whatever that might be. But the main idea here, guys, is I want to tell you this. Yes, you do need to learn. We all need to learn from our mistakes. We all need to figure out how we make it differently, how we protect ourselves, how we so-called, take care of ourselves better. But the truth is, it's not going to get any better if you join negative communities, if you watch negative videos, people, all this hate, and people just showing and telling about drama. You're just going to be in a turmoil. And if you do this long enough, that's what your life is going to look like bunch of turmoil and disappointment. And I want to tell you guys, I know a lot of people that deal with a lot, and nobody else knows what they are dealing with. Very often, the person that hurt you and the person that maybe has a narcissistic syndrome or was abusive, they are super sweet with others. So you're going through this emotional roller coaster because nobody really understands how this person had treated you behind the closed door, or what you really had to achieve and accomplish to get out of that relationship. And let me tell you just this, I can totally understand that. But don't let them keep you there. Once that person is removed from your life, don't give them the power to be in it by keep talking about them with others. Give yourself a vacation. Go on vacation with people who do not know anything about your situation, so you're not going to rant about it. Or just a moment, Ruslan, I can't really talk when you have that sound on. All right, you can go in your room. Sorry guys. So yeah, you have to let your brain, not just your body, go on vacation, but you have to let your brain go on vacation. You have to go somewhere where you can clear your mind, where you can enjoy a new picture, you know, nourish your soul a little bit. Because if you go on vacation, you keep having phone conversations, you keep engaging with people and tell them all your story, you live in it over and over and over again. You know, you can go one time to a counselor or therapist and just let it all out, be heard, live through it, cry it out and let it go. Or if you suppress it, you don't fully let it go, and then you talk with everybody about it, you basically live in this all again. Because you know how when we have happy memories and we remember them, these experiences, and like we share it with people, with friends, how you get excited as if you're in that moment? Well, same happens with negative. When we go back to negative and we live it over and over and over again, there are very few things, there are very few good things that are happening, because we keep we keep going through all of that, you know. And negative channels are very popular. They are very, very popular because that negativity is viral, and it's kind of like unite people, and they gather together to hate somebody. So that's something to think about. You know, it's really, you can really define which direction you want your life to go. Do you want to join those that hurt, those people that are offended and hate the other gender and think that everybody is like their ex? Or do you want to go to those that end the relationship, give them time to heal, discover self-care, discover self-love, discover doing intentional healing, where they heal themselves rather than keep wounding and wounding and wounding, you know, themselves and hurting themselves. They discover what heals them. You know, it's different things for everybody. Maybe somebody needs to go to a therapy. Maybe some, like for me, the best therapy is a plane ticket. Each time you show me an airplane ticket, my therapy is happening right at that moment. You know, each time I could get away and enjoy a different picture, engage with different people. You know, you feel yourself differently when you travel. Your state of mind changes. So, hey, John. No, I am not hearing a lot of negativity in this trip. I just had a conversation yesterday, and it was an insight for me that there is a person that's been like hopping back and forth, and I really appreciate. I'm not going to say any names, so I hope that he doesn't mind me sharing this, but that was a wonderful insight for me, that when the person listening to the negative videos and can relate to them and kind of feel like going that route, at some point they don't feel so good listening that negativity, and they hopping back and watching my channel about the positive things, and about the, you know, having a hope, having an open heart, enjoying life and believing in the good things. It was the best compliment for me in terms of somebody that having a hard time, you know, maybe recovering after things and trying to do his best. Would actually give me a chance. So would actually give me a chance to influence in a positive way. You know, I do have a dream to be a person that lifts people up, that lights people up. You know, I'm a human being. I'm also, you know, having human experiences on this planet, and sometimes it's stressful, and just like everybody else, sometimes you get disappointed and stuff. But I totally, if I could choose from negative or positive, even if I am right on something, I'm totally hopping into positive, because I just love feeling the energy flow. And when you are in the negativity, you are tense up, and bad energy maybe is trapped in you, and good energy cannot come to you. And by energy, I just mean everything. So anyways, I want to say hi to everybody. I'm having a little bit time for myself before we meet later in the afternoon, and you guys are awesome. Everybody who is on my trip, everybody is trying to get along, everybody is trying to have a good time. Yeah, we have some imperfections, you know, but things are going all right. Thank you, Lavert. Wake up. What time it is in US? I didn't even think about like what time it is in US. Thank you guys for the compliments. It's awesome seeing you. And I just want to talk about, you know, like happiness and relationships and things like that. I really think that, like, I am not on any negative websites about, you know, hating men and like, I'm not on any. I would never ever join a negative community, because that would be my reality. If you join a community of people who are haters, that's pretty much what your life will mirror soon. So no negative communities. By the way, I don't know if you know this, guys, I do not watch news as much as I like being together with the world, but they basically show in the news mostly negative. They never show in the news who got along today. They never show, I mean, at least not that I see. It's always something controversy. It's always some kind of stress. And that's what they're trying to grab your attention with. So I don't watch news. If there is any big news, I'll know it, you know. So you gotta, you know, and I see TV as a negativity and eating your time. Like, before you know it, your time is gone, and they kind of pull you in a different directions. So you need to know your direction, where you want to go. Like, do you want to dive in and observe the negative and feel sorry for yourself and be, it is, you know, I want to tell you something. There is actually a pleasure in the misery. I was miserable once too, at least once, probably more. And there is certain pleasure in that pain. So there is certain pleasure. Ruslan, can you bring me my phone? Somebody's calling me, live call, like literally. So there is certain pleasure in that pain of feeling victim and have a pity party. Who is that, Ruslan? Who is that? Anya? Okay, I'll call her back. Yeah, so anyways, guys, I want you to ask yourself that question, like, where are you going with it? Like, where are you going? And you can have a choice. You can stay in that negative thing, but think where it's gonna take you. Yes, as I said, you need to cry, you need to let things out, you need to sometimes just let yourself feel. I'm not saying to suppress it. Yes, you maybe need to call a friend, maybe you need to go and crash some dishes, maybe you need to go for a run, maybe you need to hop on a plane, maybe you need to do something to help yourself let those feelings out. But when they're trapped inside of you, they can bring you enormous pain. And thank you, Lavert. Oh, thank you so much. We actually are going for some breakfast, because we didn't. It's almost afternoon. Thank you, dear. I totally understand how that feels. And especially men will learn to suppress it. But let me tell you, when you suppress it, it probably will last you a lifetime, because you never get over it. And you give that poison to other people. Like, you poison all the sweet moments, you know, with these memories and this pain. That's, you know, what happens. So if you let it out, whatever you do, and then take another route and let yourself heal, you might be on a better path. Unless you want to stay in it. You know, I know many people that decided to stay. They blame their partner from 30 years ago. They tell their kids bad thing about their partner. It's a choice. It's all about like what destination you see yourself, like how far you want to see yourself. And I had that choice. I had moments when I had a pity party, and it was so great. In a way, it was pleasant to be in pain because everybody else is bad and you are the angel. You know, there is certain pleasure in it. I have to admit that. But then I realized I don't really like the mask of a victim. I don't really like to be the negative Nancy. I don't really like it. It doesn't inspire me. And I realized you cannot be at the same time the inspirational person, the person that brings light, and the person that complains and rant. And so if you want to get the most of your life, you gotta try to find positive in any situation, learn from it, and choose. Like if I have right now a big bag with heavy stones in my heart from something and I'm carrying them, I think we talked about this example before. I'm having a bag with heavy stones, but you want to give me like beautiful roses. I have no place for them. I'm having the stones and I'm holding on to them. So everybody feels sorry. So basically, you cannot heal from negativity. You gotta let it out. You gotta admit it, accept it, let it out, write it out, cry it out. But if you want to, if your goal is actually to be happy in your life, that's your responsibility. And join the people who are happy, because happiness rubs off on you. Join the people that whatever relationship they have or whatever situation, even if they have a whole bunch of crap going on, but they still looking for the positive little things, join those people. And if you allow, it will rub off on you and you will catch that little momentum to make your life and how you feel about things better. Because this world is abundant. It does not consist only from the bad exes, you know. There's a lot of beautiful people. You won't notice if you are in a state of negativity, and if you're in a state of hate, and if you're looking for the bad stuff, you will find it. I promise you. Even in the best person, if you look for the best, for the bad, you will find it. So look for the best, guys. Thank you so much. From Ukraine with love this time, and we are about to go and have some breakfast in the beautiful downtown Podol. We're gonna have some nice homemade style breakfast, and it's so awesome. And Lavert, thank you so much again for the treat. Food here and drinks here, to me, because I'm from here, feels like a spiritual experience. It's not about eating, it's about some, I don't know, recharging. It's just magic to me. I don't know how that would be to you guys. I don't really eat breakfast in the morning, but I eat, you know, a little bit later. Just want to drink something, and it's so beautiful outside. I wish you all could be here, guys. And it's like, I think it's like early 70s today, even maybe like late 60s. It's gonna warm up, but I absolutely love this weather. It's like paradise. And we have some guys from Texas who are like, wow, this is awesome, having a break from the heat. So guys, from Ukraine with love, thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for listening, for considering. And we all gonna fall down sometimes, but when you are in doubt, when you are down, look up. Don't look down further, look up. Thank you.